daily basis. Thank you.
Thanks very much. So, just for the record purpose, we had a discussion with Australia today in the very advanced stage of finalizing India-Australia FTA. So to answer to your question, why countries do FTAs? FTAs has many areas: goods, services, investment, and improved market access in all these areas. Let's talk about the goods area. So, most countries have high custom duties. Our average rates are 17%. Say Australia average rate is 4%, 15%. So the basic task of lowering these barriers, tariff barriers, non-tariff barriers, was with the WTO. So WTO was negotiating, and each country was committing itself to lower the trade group, small group or large groups, to negotiate duties and other market access. More than 350 FTAs have been signed globally, and we also have started. We also opened FTA front on many new FTAs, and we energized many old FTAs, pending FTAs. So right now we have almost completed our negotiation with UAE. We are at the very advanced stage of finalizing our FTA with Australia. Then we are in active talks, almost regular weekly talks with the United Kingdom. Then we'll be talking to European Union soon, Israel, Russia, and many more. So we have an active FTA agenda. We prefer to go for early harvest agreement. We call it, some call it interim agreement, so that it can be concluded early and countries start implementing it fast. And after some months, we complete the full negotiations. And while doing these negotiating FTAs, we consult industry and all other stakeholders very extensively at all the stages. We take into account the industry sensitivities. If based on the feedback, we believe we don't have to lower duties on certain items, we don't lower. So FTAs, basically two benefits are there for our industry. One is through imports, we get cheaper inputs like raw material, intermediates, and for the record purpose, I want to say India's imports value is generated. So imports also contribute to increase in GDP in this. So this is in a nutshell about the free trade agreements, and that's all I have to say on free trade agreements. If any questions are there, take them.
Yes, definitely, sir. I am sure that the benefit and how it is becoming important at the exit of WTO to negotiate many of these things and connect to the larger world. But that is where engaging with the world, that jargon we are of late been using, isn't it? So, thank you, sir. Thank you. I am sure the participants who have tuned in would have understood, the importance of. You don't see the export figure just like. Please, sir. Yeah.
If you permit me.
Please.
So about engaging with the world, I want to say India's exports and imports are free, which means in 99% of the commercially traded items, you can import paying the duty. There is no need for any licenses for 99% of the commercial trade. Explosives are there, some environmental sensitive chemicals are there, wildlife is there. Otherwise, India's exports and imports, which means engagement with the world, is free. And if you look at our trade to GDP ratio, fully integrated with the world, I must say. Thank you very much.
Thank you for further clarifying on that as well, sir. Thank you. Sir, coming to Shantakumar, sir, to take off from the initial points, you can perhaps go slightly detailed into both the direct and indirect proposals in the budget, and perhaps for the last company why the government has not articulated and all that, are seen there. So if you could answer those questions alongside, the scaling down of the disinvestment target and so on, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. So they can now file